Coercive control can be really tricky to identify, especially if you're kind of on the outside of the family looking in. In many cultures, there can be really different gender roles for men and women, and that's okay. Where it looks different is where someone is thought of as less than, and you're my property, that's a problem. Sometimes it's noticing the behaviour of the person using violence and whether it sounds like actually the victim survivor has very little space to move or to go to places or very little kind of permission to do things. Those are probably some of the things that might flag that things are maybe not okay. Is the person saying what it is okay for her to wear? Is she getting a lot of stories about in Australia, this is what, someone's partner or wife does, and they're not perhaps true? The other thing that we need to sometimes be prepared for is that someone might push back. So if I say to someone, look, I'm actually really worried, I think it's being prepared for someone to go, actually, that's none of your business and everything is fine and I don't want to talk about it. And to be okay with that and just go, not a problem, but please know if there's ever anything that you want to talk about or something I can help you with, I'm really happy to help and I'm a safe person for you to do that with. It can be really helpful as a community member to know where the support services are in your community and what it is that they might be able to help with. So sometimes even Googling that will give you enough information. It's really important to not rescue people from their situation because when we rescue someone, we take their power away and it exhausts the person that we're helping, but it exhausts us as well. There's a lot that community can do to address some of those harmful stereotypes or perhaps what might be considered cultural norms that contribute or support domestic and family violence. So are there things that we need to do as a community to shift and change and to support the safety of the women and sometimes the children in our community as well? So I think first and foremost, community needs to engage in conversations around it. And what we need is community leaders who have the social capital to actually start those conversations and be supportive of those conversations happening. I think especially men having these conversations with other men is incredibly important.
When we talk about family violence, we have to acknowledge family violence is gendered in nature. While men and women can both be victims and respondent, but most of the family violence is from men to women. 71% of the domestic violence orders are implemented to protect women victims against men respondent. So at Relationship Australia, we have a program called Stopping Family Violence Program, and this program is targeted at men who has engaged in violence in their families. Through this program, they create a safe and confidential and non-judgmental learning environment for men who wants to make a positive change in their life to promote the safety for themselves and their families.
The most important thing with this service is that there's another service which is victims advocacy, which speaks to their partners or former partners and gets real-time feedback about what their behaviours are looking like and making sure that these men are actually being honest and accountable about their behaviours. For men who have completed our Stopping Family Violence program, there are a number of options for them for follow-up support. So that might be relationship counselling on an individual basis or with their partner. That could be the Parenting Orders program, which helps them work on their co-parenting relationship and keeping kids in mind. Or that might be the Children's Contact Service, which helps facilitate contact with their kids if they haven't seen them in a while. So the biggest challenge often for men who want to participate in the group is actually getting in the door in the first place. That's often the hardest step, and with that we really encourage them to start with a sense of wanting to change and being able to take some accountability in order for them to do the men's behaviour change program.